a huge sea of change happening in the region, and it's happening quite fast. And it's happening within conditions that we haven't seen previously. There is no blue book, there is no blueprint. The life expectancy is changing, not only life expectancy at birth, but life expectancy at older ages as well. So life expectancy at age 60, for example. And of course, this is great that people are living longer, but we also have to remember in the back of our minds that not all additional years are healthy years. And again, one can argue about what's the definition of healthy aging, what's the definition of healthy years, but whatever definition you take, whether it's only a medical definition in terms of the long-term conditions or a social definition that includes level of participation and engagement, we do have quite a differential and gap in the increase in the number of years and increase in healthy years. In the region, I think what I want to highlight some unique features. What is really fascinating about this process in the region, due to traditional high level of fertility rates and a quick change in infant mortality, that we're seeing this speed, quite fast. It's almost like a speed, kind of a speed race. So we think historically, like countries like France and England took between 100 and 150 years to move through these stages of aging into aged populations. And we look at the region and we see countries that are going to do the same process in something like 12 years. And of course, this is too fast a process, not only in terms of reorienting policies, but also in changing in population minds, in people's individual minds. What do they think about aging? How do they see themselves as older person? Where is the position of the older person in the society? Many things are happening at the same time, in addition to the population aging, the whole societal and demographic changes. So the whole context of families living near each other or living in close proximity, migration, the availability of the other members of the families, all changing. Within this narrative of respect and treasuring and valuing, what is the real applications of these concepts? The exact application of what does it mean, what does respect mean to older people and opportunities mean to older people becomes very unspecific, to the point that it can be counterproductive. Within the society, there is no clear idea of what that person after retirement will look like, beyond maybe being a grandparent. And their expectations, even from themselves, is not shaped very well. The system is not really geared to providing opportunities for older people to participate. And almost always, the issue comes from older people is, I am capable of doing a lot of stuff, but my family think that my role has changed. They try to help me too much, to the point that I don't find my voice. Think about healthy aging, and we look at the existing frameworks around what constitutes health. We found that a big role is engagement and participation and feeling valued and having a purpose. And if you take this out, there is a huge impact on the cognition, in the well-being, in the mental and psychological well-being of a person. In addition to the bigger picture of policy, there is a very important agenda to do with the social perception of aging. And I find this to be crucial, particularly at this stage of demographic shifts. So as important as we think about the social policy elements of aging and population structures, it's also really important to think about the sociological elements of aging. We can actually live with disease for longer. So the period where people can endure long-term care conditions or long-term needs is prolonged. So the long-term care market is very weak in the region. The whole sector of long-term care, even as an idea, is still very, very weak. The whole system still relies on this family model, that there is a family unit and there is expectation that someone in the family will be available to provide care for the older person. So there are two issues here. One, that it is not always the case. And then there is the point of willingness to provide care and their how they can provide care in the right way. If we don't know what care means and what are the components of independence and empowerment mean, then there are a lot of questions about what the sort of quality of life for an older person could be. In addition, that means there is a huge care burden on the family, who majority are women, either daughters or daughters-in-law. So this is an opportunity, an economic opportunity to develop a strong market that is shaped on the correct principles. So taking the romantic and abstract idea of treasuring, but translating it to actual process to support them not only in long-term care, but to support them in engaging and in providing new activities, new volunteering activities, new entrepreneurial ideas. But one of the most important things that the region has to come to grapple with is perception, about how we perceive older people, but also how older people perceive themselves. We can prepare people, we can create opportunities for engagement, for involvement in the wider society. They also have the right to have the thing that they like to do available for them. There is a huge role here for everybody to play in terms of communicating and kind of making a better understanding of aging and the meaning of aging, working with younger age cohort, going up to older age, so working with even younger children to think about the life course. It's not like you're preparing you at the school just to go and work and then retire. And then what happens after? You know, what does the life course looks like? We need to think in parallel between practical issues, between policy issues, but also within the individual space and the family space. Both the family and the older person need to kind of challenge their ideas about what it means to be an older person. Where is my role? Where is my place? And then there will be a lot of advocacy work to create that place within the society, but we need to have a starting point with the core principles of treasuring and valuing older people. We can then translate and bridge this narrative into practical applications within the society.